Let's be honest. Most men have no idea when a woman actually likes them. And not because they're clueless, but because women rarely make it obvious. In fact, when a woman truly loves you, she'll often hide it. She'll test you. She'll watch how you move. And she'll quietly study whether you're the kind of man who can handle her emotions before she ever lets you know how deep her feelings go. Sounds confusing, right? But that's how women operate when the feelings are real. They protect what they feel until they're sure it's safe. Here's the truth. Most men never realize. When a woman secretly loves you, she won't always say it, but she will show it in ways that seem subtle, even contradictory. One moment she might seem distant, the next she's overly caring. She might act like she's just a friend, but her eyes, her tone, and the way she treats you will tell a different story. Women fall in love emotionally first, and that means they express love through small, consistent actions that reveal more than words ever could. But here's where most guys mess up. They ignore those signs. They assume she's just being nice, or they overthink and end up pushing her away. The point of this video is to help you see what's really happening beneath the surface. Because once you understand these subtle things women do when they secretly love you, you'll start recognizing the difference between real interest and casual attention. So today, we're breaking down 7 things a woman will do when she secretly loves you. Some of them are things you'd never expect, and a few might even surprise you. But once you start noticing these patterns, you'll never look at women's behavior the same way again. Welcome to the channel. This is where we decode how women really think and what they won't tell you directly. Let's get into it. 1. She remembers the smallest things about you. When a woman secretly loves you, her attention to detail gives her away. You might think you're just having random conversations, talking about work, your favorite food, or a story from years ago. But she's actually paying attention to everything. She stores the little details in her mind, even the things you forgot you said. That's not by accident. When a woman's heart is involved, she naturally tunes into your world. Let's say you once mentioned how you love a certain type of coffee. Weeks later, she shows up with it, acting casual, like it's no big deal. Or maybe you talked about a stressful day at work, and the next time you speak, she asks, "How did that project go?" That's her emotional investment showing up quietly. She's not trying to impress you. She's trying to connect with you on a deeper level. Women who secretly love a man don't just listen. They remember because your life matters to them. Now, most men miss this because it doesn't look romantic at first glance. It's subtle, but that's exactly why it's powerful. A woman who truly cares will find small ways to show she's emotionally present. It's her version of saying, "I'm paying attention to you because you're important to me." Here's the thing. Women don't remember everything about every guy. They remember details about the one who makes them feel something real. That's the difference. If she recalls your exact words, little moments, or even habits, it's because you occupy space in her mind more often than you think. And it's not just memory, it's emotional awareness. She notices when your mood shifts, when you're quiet, or when something's off. She'll subtly check in, not wanting to seem too obvious, but hoping you'll see her care. When a woman secretly loves you, she won't need to announce it. Her attention will quietly reveal it. 2. She gets a little jealous, but tries to hide it. When a woman secretly loves you, jealousy becomes one of those emotions she can't completely control. But she'll do her best to hide it. It's not the kind of jealousy that leads to drama or confrontation. It's quiet. It's subtle. But if you're paying attention, you'll see it. You'll notice it in the slight change in her tone when you mention another woman's name, or in how she suddenly becomes more reserved when you talk about someone you find attractive. She won't say anything directly, because admitting jealousy would expose how much she actually cares. Instead, she'll try to play it cool, laughing it off, changing the topic, or teasing you in a light-hearted way. But deep down, her emotions are stirred. She feels a small sting because she sees you as hers, even if you're not officially together. Here's the truth. When a woman is indifferent, she doesn't care who you're talking to. She doesn't notice who likes your posts or who texts you. But when she secretly loves you, she becomes more aware of your interactions with other women. She might not admit it, but her emotional radar goes up. And that's not because she's controlling. It's because love naturally brings out a sense of emotional protection. She wants your attention, your time, and your energy focused on her, even if she's not ready to confess it. Now, this kind of jealousy often shows up in her behavior. She might suddenly act distant after you mention another woman, not because she's angry, but because she's trying to manage her emotions. Or she might make subtle comparisons, like asking, "Do you like girls like that?" And pretending it's a casual question when it's really an emotional check. Most men misread this behavior. They think she's just moody or disinterested, when in reality, she's battling her feelings. It's her way of protecting her heart. She doesn't want to appear needy or possessive, but she also can't ignore how much she wants your attention. The best way to understand this is to watch for emotional shifts. When a woman's energy changes after another woman enters the picture, when she becomes quieter, more teasing, or oddly defensive, it's a strong sign her feelings run deeper than friendship. 3. She finds reasons to be around you. When a woman secretly loves you, she'll always find a reason to be around you, even when it doesn't make perfect sense. It might look like coincidence at first, but it's not. Whether it's showing up where she knows you'll be, starting small conversations just to keep your attention, or staying longer than she needs to. It's her quiet way of keeping herself in your orbit without making her feelings obvious. Women are emotional strategists. When a woman's heart is involved, she doesn't always go straight for confession. She creates opportunities. She'll want to see how you respond when she's around you, if your energy changes, or if you treat her differently. It's a safe way for her to express interest without risking rejection. She might say things like, "Oh, I didn't know you'd be here," or "I was just passing by." But deep down, she knew. She planned it. This kind of behavior isn't about manipulation. It's emotional curiosity. She's trying to stay close enough to feel connected, but not so close that she exposes her feelings too early. You'll notice that she lingers around your space, asks for your help with simple things, or finds random excuses to text or call. When she does, it's not about the thing she's asking for. It's about you. A woman who secretly loves you wants to feel your presence. She wants those small, real moments that build emotional intimacy. A conversation, a joke, a look that lasts a little too long. Those moments matter to her because they make her feel close to you without needing a label. What most men miss is how intentional this behavior is. Women rarely just happen to be around someone repeatedly. If she's making an effort to be where you are, whether it's in your friend group, social settings, or online spaces, it's because she wants to feel connected to you. Here's another layer to it. Women use proximity to read energy. Being near you helps her sense whether her feelings are reciprocated. She's paying attention to your reactions, your tone, and your body language. If she feels warmth from you, she'll become even more consistent in finding ways to stay close. But if she senses indifference, she'll quietly pull back to protect herself. 4. She opens up emotionally, but only with you. When a woman secretly loves you, she'll let you into parts of her world that others never see. It won't happen all at once, and it won't always sound deep or dramatic. But you'll notice she shares things with you that she doesn't tell anyone else. It's her way of testing emotional safety. Women fall in love through trust, and opening up is her way of saying, I feel safe with you. She might start by telling you small things, how her day went, how she feels about something at work, or how certain people make her feel. But over time, the conversations shift. Suddenly, she's talking about her past, her dreams, her fears, or something that hurt her once. She's not doing this because she wants attention. She's doing it because she feels an emotional pull toward you. And that's the thing. Women don't share their inner world with men they don't trust. When she starts to open up, she's not just talking, she's bonding. She's inviting you to see who she really is beneath the layers she shows the world. And here's what most men don't realize. For a woman, that's one of the biggest emotional risks she can take. If you listen, show patience, and don't judge her, you're building a connection that goes deeper than words. But if you dismiss her or make light of what she says, she'll shut down and never try again. A woman's emotional openness is not random. It's selective. She might seem outgoing or friendly with others, but there's a difference between casual conversation and vulnerability. If she tells you things that sound personal, the kind of details that reveal who she really is, you've crossed into a special space. You'll also notice she starts asking deeper questions about you. Things like, what do you really want in life? Or, have you ever been hurt before? Those aren't just small talk. That's her way of building emotional intimacy. When a woman loves you in secret, she doesn't want to rush it. She wants to understand you first. 5. She supports you in ways that feel personal. When a woman secretly loves you, her care will come through in how she supports you, not just in what she says, but in what she does for you. You'll notice she goes out of her way to make your life a little easier, to motivate you, or to help you move forward in small but meaningful ways. This kind of support isn't casual, it's personal. It comes from emotional investment. It could be as simple as encouraging you when you're doubting yourself, or reminding you of your worth when you're going through something rough. Maybe you mentioned you're working on a project, and she checks in on your progress, genuinely interested. That's not small talk. That's emotional presence. When a woman's heart is involved, she naturally wants to see you win. She'll look for ways to contribute to your success or your peace of mind, even when it doesn't benefit her directly. Picture this. You've had a long, draining day. You're quiet, trying to shake it off, and she senses it. She doesn't pressure you to talk. She just says something like, I know you've been working hard, but you're doing great. Don't be so hard on yourself. That moment might seem small, but it's not. That's her emotional intuition at work, her love showing through empathy. She's offering you something that most men don't get often: emotional softness. Men often underestimate how powerful this kind of feminine support is. It's not about grand gestures, it's about consistent care. She'll remember your goals, encourage your discipline, and even hold you accountable in gentle ways. If you tell her you're trying to stop a bad habit or build a new one, she'll check in, not to control, but because she believes in you. That's love in disguise. And here's the key difference. A woman who's just interested might compliment you or flirt. A woman who secretly loves you invests in your growth. She wants to see you become your best self because your progress makes her proud. She might even sacrifice her own comfort to make sure you're okay, staying up to talk when you're stressed, giving advice when you need clarity, or simply being emotionally available. But she'll do all this quietly. She won't announce it, and she won't expect recognition. To her, supporting you is natural. It's her heart speaking without words. 6. She mirrors your energy without realizing it. When a woman secretly loves you, she'll start to mirror your energy, your tone, your words, your habits, even the small ways you move or express yourself. It's not something she plans. It happens naturally. This isn't about imitation. It's about emotional alignment. When a woman is emotionally drawn to you, her subconscious starts syncing with yours. You might notice she starts using your phrases, laughing at the same things you do, or picking up small habits from you. Maybe she starts listening to the music you like, or she becomes interested in something you're passionate about. To her, this feels natural, because her emotional focus is on you. The more connected she feels, the more she unconsciously mirrors your vibe. This mirroring is powerful because it's not physical. It's psychological. When two people are emotionally connected, their energy begins to match. That's why conversations with her feel effortless, why your presence seems to calm her, and why she starts adapting to your rhythm without trying. It's a silent way of saying, "I'm in tune with you." Now here's where most men miss the sign. They think she's just being agreeable or polite. But it's deeper than that. When a woman truly likes you, she doesn't just listen. She absorbs. She starts to think the way you think, feel what you feel, and subtly adjust her energy to keep that emotional harmony between you. For instance, if you're calm and grounded, she'll match that. If you're confident and focused, she'll reflect that same energy around you. On the other hand, if you're chaotic or distant, she'll begin to pull back. Not out of disinterest, but because the connection feels off balance. This mirroring goes beyond behavior. It affects her emotions too. She'll feel what you feel. If you're struggling, she senses it. If you're excited, she feels your enthusiasm. That's why women who secretly love you often seem to just know when something's off, even when you haven't said a word. What's interesting is that women rarely mirror men they see as just friends. Emotional alignment only happens when there's attraction or deeper emotional connection. So if you notice she matches your energy, responds in rhythm with you, or seems to understand your moods without explanation, that's her emotional attachment revealing itself. 7. She challenges you because she cares. When a woman secretly loves you, she won't always make things easy. In fact, one of the clearest signs of her love, though many men misread it, is that she'll challenge you. Not in a disrespectful way, but in a way that pushes you to be better, sharper, more grounded. She'll call you out when you're slacking, question you when you're being unclear, and hold you accountable when she knows you're capable of more. Now, this might confuse some men. They mistake it for nagging or unnecessary criticism. But that's not what's happening. When a woman cares deeply about a man, she becomes emotionally invested in who he's becoming. Her instinct is to strengthen the connection by helping him step into his best version. She sees your potential, and she can't help but speak up when she notices you drifting from it. You'll notice it in how she reacts to your mindset. If she senses you're giving up too easily or settling for less than what you deserve, she won't just sit quietly. She'll challenge your excuses, she'll ask uncomfortable questions, and she'll remind you of what you once said you wanted. That's not confrontation, that's emotional involvement. A woman who doesn't care won't waste her energy trying to guide you. But a woman who secretly loves you, she can't help it. Sometimes she'll challenge you emotionally too. She might pull back a little to see if you'll step up. She might go quiet when you act carelessly, not to play games, but to make you reflect. This is her way of saying, "I see more in you than what you're showing right now." Women who secretly love you often express their affection through accountability. They're not trying to dominate you. They're trying to connect with the part of you that inspires them. Here's the part men need to understand. When she challenges you, it means she's emotionally invested. She wants the relationship, or the potential of it, to be meaningful. She's emotionally involved enough to care whether you're growing or stagnating. She doesn't want to admire you for a moment. She wants to respect you long term. That's why her feedback might sting sometimes. But instead of getting defensive, try to listen. The fact that she even bothers to challenge you is proof that you mean something to her. If she didn't care, she'd stay quiet, detached, polite, but distant. A woman who secretly loves you isn't looking for perfection. She's looking for presence. She wants to feel that you're a man who leads, thinks, grows, and evolves. And when she tests or challenges you, it's her heart's way of asking, "Can I trust you to be that man?" Here's the truth most men don't realize. When a woman secretly loves you, her feelings won't always look like the romance you imagine. They'll show up in the small things: her attention, her effort, her quiet jealousy, her presence, her emotional openness, and the way she gently challenges you to rise. These aren't random actions, they're love written in silence. The problem is, many men overlook these signs because they're waiting for grand gestures or direct confessions. But women rarely love that way. Real love, for a woman, is subtle. It's emotional. It's layered with fear, vulnerability, and the hope that you'll see her heart without her having to spell it out. And here's the controversial truth. If you can't recognize love in its quiet form, you might never experience it in its fullest form. Because by the time a woman has to tell you she loves you, she's already felt it for a long time. So the next time you notice a woman remembering your words, showing up for you, mirroring your energy, or challenging you in ways that make you better, don't ignore it. That's not coincidence. That's her love speaking through her actions. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed a woman doing any of these things but couldn't tell if she liked you or not? Drop your experience in the comments. I'll be reading and replying. Let's talk about it. Because once you learn to see these signs, you'll never miss when a woman truly loves you again.